The Lord is my rock, my fortress, and my deliverer. My God is my rock and home, my take refuge. Yeah. When everything fell apart, He was standing right there. Let me tell you how He found me in the ruins. Yeah, I was drowning in the silence, couldn't find my breath, carrying burdens so heavy, felt like dancing with death. Walls closing in on me, anxiety's grip tight, praying for the morning, but I'm stuck in the night. Lost in the valley where the shadows speed loud, heart beating, broken rhythms, fear wrapped me like a shroud. Thought I had it figured out, thought I was in control, till the foundation cracked and I fell into a hole. Depression whispered lies, saying I'm alone in this fight, but then I heard a voice cutting through the night. I see your pain, son, I've been here all along. Even when you felt weak, I was keeping you strong. Tears on my pillow, questions with no answers, but He's the great physician, healing all my cancers. Not the body, but the soul that was dying slow. He reached into the darkness and let me take control. My knees hit the ground and I couldn't make a sound. That's when heaven came down. Down, down, down. When my heart collapsed, Christ became my shelter. Running to His arms, ain't no place felt better. In a storm, in the rain, He's my hiding place. When my heart collapsed, I found amazing grace. When my heart collapsed, Christ became my shelter. Love so deep, ain't nothing gonna melt her. Through the pain, through the shame, He called my name. When my heart collapsed, I was never. Now I'm standing on the promises, no longer on my feelings. He took my broken pieces, started supernatural healing. See, the enemy wanted me to think I was defeated, but the blood of the Lamb means I'm completed, not deleted. Romans 8:28 tattooed on my conscience. All things work together, that's not just a concept. Even in my darkest hour when I couldn't see the plan, He was orchestrating victory with His sovereign hand. They see me lifting weights, but it's more than just a gym. I'm building spiritual muscle, keeping my eyes on Him. Every rep is a reminder that I'm stronger than I know. Not by my might or power, but by His Spirit's flow. Used to run from my problems, now I run to the throne. Grace picked me up when I was cold and alone. Transform my mourning into dancing, my ashes into beauty. Now I'm walking in my purpose, that's my spiritual duty. When my knees hit the ground and I couldn't make a sound, that's when heaven came down, 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 down. When my heart collapsed, Christ became my shelter. Running to His arms, ain't no place felt better. In a storm, in the rain, He's my hiding place. When my heart collapsed, I found amazing grace. When my heart collapsed, Christ became my shelter. Love so deep, ain't nothing gonna melt her. Through the pain, through the shame, He called my name. When my heart collapsed, I was never the same. He found me in the wreckage, He found me when I had nothing left. He breathed life in my lungs, yeah. When I was close to the death, He's the anchor for my soul. When the waves get too high, way too high, He's the reason I'm still standing, yeah. He's the reason I survive. Now I'm running with a purpose. Now I'm walking in the light. What the devil meant for evil, God is using for my life. When my heart collapsed, Christ became my shelter. Running to His arms, ain't no place felt better. In a storm, in the rain, He's my hiding place. When my heart collapsed, I found amazing grace. When my heart collapsed, Christ became my shelter. Love so deep, ain't nothing gonna melt her. Through the pain, through the shame, He called my name. When my heart collapsed, I was never the same. Never the same, no, never the same. When I had nowhere else to go, You were there in the silence, You were there in the Lord. Now I stand as a testimony that Your love never fails. When my heart collapsed, grace prevail. Your grace prevail. Your grace prevail. You keep track of all my sorrows. You have collected all my tears in your bottle. You have recorded each one in your book. Psalm 56 says, hey, this is what we hide. Yeah. He hears what we silence. This is my testimony. Yeah. I wore a smile like armor. Nobody could see through. Acting like I'm silent when I'm barely making it through. Church on Sunday morning, hands lifted high in praise. But Monday through Saturday, I'm lost inside a maze. Silent screams in the shower when nobody could hear. Bottling up the pain, drowning in my fear. Told myself be strong, that's what men are supposed to do. But strength without surrender leaves you broken in two. Late nights on my knees, but the words wouldn't come. Felt too tight with emotion, feeling numb and undone. Couldn't even pray right, couldn't find the words to say. But he was reading every teardrop like a letter anyway. See, I thought I had to speak it for him to understand. Thought I had to be articulate to reach his hand. But the Father knows the language of a heart is breaking down. Every silent sigh was a prayer without a sound. I try to hide my pain, but nothing's hid from you. You saw me breaking down. You always see me through. The tears I hid were the prayers he heard first. Before my lips could speak, he was healing my hurt. Every drop was a cry that reached heaven's throne. The tears I hid, he claimed as his own. The tears I hid were the prayers he heard first. He knows my deepest pain. He sees me at my worst. When words fail and I fall, he's been there all along. The tears I hid became my worship song. Now I understand that vulnerability ain't weakness. It's the doorway to his power. It's the path to his completeness. David cried out in the Psalms, didn't hide his desperation. Jesus wept at Lazarus' tomb. That's the realest demonstration that it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to feel the way, long as we take it to the cross and don't try to navigate this life alone, thinking we got it all figured out. That's pride disguised as strength. That's what suffering's about. He bottles on my tears like they pressure, like they matter. Not a single one is wasted, not a moment does he scatter every painful. And I became a seed he's cultivating in the testimony that's going to reach the ones who waiting for permission to be real, for permission to be broken. Know that God receives the prayers that are never even spoken. He see beyond the surface past the mask that we wear. He meets us in a secret place where strip our souls bare. I try to hide my pain, but nothing's hid from you. You saw me breaking down. You always see me through. The tears I hid were the prayers he heard first. Before my lips could speak, he was healing my hurt. Every drop was a cry that reached heaven's throne. The tears I hid, he claimed as his own. The tears I hid were the prayers he heard first. He knows my deepest pain. He sees me at my worst. When words fail and I fall, he's been there all along. The tears I hid became my worship strength. He collected every tear, he recorded every cry. Nothing's lost in his presence. He was with me all the time. He turned my mourning into dancing, my ashes into beauty rare. The tears that fell in secret were always held in his care. Now I'm stronger than before. Now I'm walking in his light. What the enemy meant to break me only pushed me to new heights. The tears I hid were the prayers he heard first. Before my lips could speak, he was healing my head. The tears I hid were the prayers he heard first. Before my lips could speak, he was healing my hurt. Every drop was a cry that reached heaven's throne. The tears I hid, he claimed as his own. The tears I hid were the prayers he heard first. He knows my deepest pain. He sees me at my worst. When words fail and I fall, he's been there all along. The tears I hid became my worship song. Became my worship song, yeah. My worship song. He was there all along, oh, yeah. Been there all along. The tears I hid, the prayers he heard. My silent cries became his word. So if you're hiding tears tonight, behind closed doors out of sight, know that he sees, he understands. Your broken heart is in his hands. Don't be afraid to let them fall. He catches every one of them all. The tears you hide are prayers he hears. He's been collecting all your years, all your tears. He hears, he's near.
The Lord himself goes before you and will be with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Do not be afraid, do not be discouraged. Deuteronomy 31:8. I thought I was fighting solo, but he was in the trenches with me all along. This is my war story.
Yeah, I was deployed in a battlefield inside my own mind, fighting demons that nobody else could find. Surrounded by the noise, but feeling so alone, like a soldier in the desert trying to make it home. Every morning felt like combat, every night a war zone. Anxiety attacking, depression claimed the throne. Tried to tell my story, but they couldn't understand how you smile in the day, but you're bleeding when you stand. I was carrying weight that was breaking my spine, thinking I'm the only one walking this line. Pride told me handle it, you don't need nobody, but I was drowning slow, so feeling like a body. Then in the midnight hour when I couldn't take no more, when I finally hit my knees on that cold bedroom floor, I felt a present move, something I can't explain. Like a captain showed up in the middle of my pain. I was fighting in the dark, didn't know he was there. Every battle, every scar, he was breathing every prayer. Jesus met me in the battle, I fought alone. Showed up in the trenches, made my war his own. When I had no strength, he became my shield. Jesus met me in the battle, on the battlefield. Jesus met me in the battle, I fought alone. Turned my mourning into victory, my breaking into bone. Now I'm stronger than before, I'm standing on his word. Jesus met me in the battle, every cry he heard. Now I see it different, looking back at the war. Every battle I thought I lost, he was settling the score. See, the enemy came to steal, kill, and destroy my soul, but the Lion of Judah showed up and took control. I'm no longer fighting from a place of defeat, I'm fighting from the victory that he made complete. Ephesians 6 taught me the armor I need, but it was in the trenches where he planted the seed, that I'm never alone even when I feel abandoned. The valley's just a passage to the promised land he's handing. Every wound became a testimony of his grace. Every scar is now a symbol of the battle he faced for me on that cross, where he bore it all. My depression, my anxiety, he took the fall. So now when the enemy try to make me feel isolated, I remind him that my commander never abdicated. I was fighting in the dark, didn't know he was there. Every battle, every scar, he was breathing every prayer. Jesus met me in the battle, I fought alone. Showed up in the trenches, made my war his own. When I had no strength, he became my shield. Jesus met me in the battle, on the battlefield. Jesus met me in the battle, I fought alone. Turned my mourning into victory, my breaking into bone. Now I'm stronger than before, I'm standing on his word. Jesus met me in the battle, every cry he heard. He never left me, he was there in the fight. When I couldn't see him, he was holding me tight. He's the God of the broken, he's the hope for the lost. He paid every ransom when he died on that cross. Now I'm walking in power, now I'm covered in grace. What the devil meant to end me only brought me to this place, where I'm stronger, where I'm bolder, where I know that I'm a warrior and he's the one who holds me. Jesus met me in the battle, I fought alone. Showed up in the trenches, made my war his own. When I had no strength, he became my shield. Jesus met me in the battle, on the battlefield. Jesus met me in the battle, I fought alone. Turned my mourning into victory, my breaking into bone. Now I'm stronger than before, I'm standing on his word. Jesus met me in the battle, every cry he heard, every cry he heard. I'm standing on his promise, I'm walking in his word. From the ashes he raised me, met me in the battle, and now I'm finally free. So if you're fighting battles that nobody can see, know that you're not alone in your agony. There's a Savior who sees every wound, every pain. He's the God who shows up when you call on his name. He met me in my battle, He'll meet you in yours too. Keep fighting, keep believing. He's already won for you. He's already won. The battle's already won. Through Christ, we overcome.
For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish but have eternal life. John 3:16. I looked at my reflection and saw nothing worth saving, but he saw something worth dying for.
I carry my past like chains around my neck. Every mistake, every failure, every moment I wrecked. Looked in the mirror, couldn't recognize my face. Felt like damaged goods, like I'd fallen from grace. Too many scars, too many nights going wrong. Too many voices saying you don't belong. So I started believing what the darkness would say, that I was beyond prepared, too far gone to save. Thought I disqualified myself from his love, that my brokenness made me unworthy of the sacrifice he made on Calvary's tree. I was convinced that grace couldn't reach someone like me, but the enemy lied when he said I was trash. Cause Jesus looked at my mess and saw treasure in the air. Saw potential in the pieces that I thought were destroyed. Saw a sun in the wreckage where I only saw void. I counted myself out, but he counted me in. My ending was his beginning, where his love would begin. I thought I was too broken, Jesus thought I was worth saving. My worst, they didn't stop him, he kept coming, kept staying. When I saw damage, he saw a diamond in the rough. I thought I was too broken, but his love was enough. I thought I was too broken, Jesus thought I was worth dying for. Every scar, every wound, he paid the price and more. He didn't see my past, he saw my destiny. I thought I was too broken, but he set me free. He didn't see my past, he saw my destiny. I thought I was too broken, but he set me free. Now, I understand what Luke 15 really shows. The shepherd leaves the 99 for the one lost in woes. That's me, that's you, we're worth the search. He climbs every mountain just to bring us back to church. Not the building, but the family, the body, the bride. He doesn't wait for us to clean up before we come inside. He meets us in our mess, in our broken state. Doesn't ask us to be perfect, just to stop at the gate and let him in and do what only he can do. Take our shattered pieces and make something new. See, he specializes in the broken and the lost. That's why he's called Redeemer, he paid the highest cost. Romans 5:8 says, while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. That's what makes him different from the world's winners, who only love the lovely, only save the saved. But Jesus loved the messy, the broken, the depraved. I counted myself out, but he counted me in. My ending was his beginning, where his love would begin. I thought I was too broken, Jesus thought I was worth saving. My words, they didn't stop him, he kept coming, kept staying. When I saw damage, he saw a diamond in the rough. I thought I was too broken, but his love was enough. I thought I was too broken, Jesus thought I was worth dying for. Every scar, every wound, he paid the price and more. He didn't see my past, he saw my destiny. I thought I was too broken, but he set me free. He didn't see my past, he saw my destiny. I thought I was too broken, but he set me free. He saw words when I saw waste. He saw treasure where I saw disgrace. He saw beauty in my broken state. He saw future, I'm not too late. He died for me when I was still lost. He counted the cost and said I was worth the cross. No one's too far, no one's too gone. His love reaches deeper than any wrong. I thought I was too broken, Jesus thought I was worth saving. My words, they didn't stop him, he kept coming, kept staying. When I saw damage, he saw a diamond in the rough. I thought I was too broken, but his love was enough. I thought I was too broken, Jesus thought I was worth dying for. Every scar, every wound, he paid the price and more. He the best, he's on my destiny. I thought I was too broken, but he set me free. He set me free from every chain, from every lie about me. I'm not too broken, I'm beautifully redeemed. Worth the sacrifice, part of his dream. So if you think you're too broken tonight, if you feel like you're beyond his light, remember he left heaven's throne for you. You were more than you know, and that's the truth. Doesn't see you the way you see yourself. He sees infinite value, eternal wealth. Not because of what you've done or who you've been, but because he chose to love you way back then. You're worth saving. You're worth dying for. Never too broken. He opens the door. Fear not, for I have redeemed you. I have summoned you by name. You are mine. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you, Isaiah 43:1-2. There was a night I'll never forget when hope died, but love spoke. Listen.
Yeah. Yeah. You're not. Yeah. 3 a.m. staring at the ceiling, mind racing, heart so heavy, felt like my soul was erasing. Every dream I had turned into shattered glass. Couldn't see tomorrow, couldn't escape the past. Scrolling through my phone but nobody to call. Cause how do you tell someone you're about to fall? That the weight of existence is crushing your chest, and you're wondering if the world would be better with one less. I was standing at the edge of giving up completely, thinking God forgot about me, couldn't hear me or see me. All the prayers I sent fell like they hit the roof. They came falling back down with no answer, no proof. But then something shifted in that silent room, like a presence entering through the dark and gloom. Didn't hear it loud, wasn't thunder or flame, just a gentle whisper calling out my name. When I was at my lowest point, when I had nothing left to give, that's when I heard him clear. Son, I'm the reason that you live. The night I lost hope, he whispered my name. Pulled me from the darkness, broke every chain. When I couldn't see light, he became the flame. The night I lost hope, he whispered my name. The night I lost hope, he whispered my name. Told me I'm his child, that I'm not ashamed, that my story's not over, that there's purpose and pain. The night I lost hope, he whispered my name. Now I look back at that night with different eyes. See the enemy wanted me to believe the lies, that I'm worthless, hopeless, better off gone. But Jesus showed up and said, this is where you belong. He know me by name, not just as a number. Called me out of death like he called out Lazarus from slumber. John 10:3 said the shepherd calls the sheep, and that night he reminded me I'm his to keep. Every suicidal thought, every dark intention was interrupted by divine intervention. He didn't just save my soul for eternity, he saved my life that night, gave me identity. Now I carry this story like a torch in the night, for everyone sitting in that same fight, thinking they're alone, thinking it's the end. I'm here to tell you Jesus is more than just a friend. When I was at my lowest point, when I had nothing left to give, that's when I heard him clear. Son, I'm the reason that you live. The night I lost hope, he whispered my name. Pulled me from the darkness, broke every chain. When I couldn't see light, he became the flame. The night I lost hope, he whispered my name. The night I lost hope, he whispered my name. Told me I'm his child, that I'm not ashamed, that my story's not over, that there's purpose and pain. The night I lost hope, he whispered my name. He called me by name, when I couldn't find my own. He said you belong to me, oh, never alone, never alone. He saw my tomorrow, when I couldn't see today. He said trust me son, I'm making a way. Now I'm standing as proof, that his love never fails. When you're drowning in darkness, his light prevails. He knows every struggle, he knows every fight. He whispered my name in the darkest night and brought me to life. The night I lost hope, he whispered my name. Pulled me from the darkness, broke every chain. When I couldn't see light, he became the flame. The night I lost hope, he whispered my name. The night I lost hope, he whispered my name. Told me I'm his child, that I'm not ashamed, that my story's not over, that there's purpose and pain. The night I lost hope, he whispered my name. He whispered my name. Yeah, he whispered my name. Now I'm walking in purpose, so I'm not the same. From death to life, from broken to whole. The night I lost hope, he saved my soul. Yeah. If you're in that dark place tonight, where hope seems like a distant light, know that he sees you, he knows your pain, and he's about to whisper your name. Don't give up, don't let go, there's a future that you don't yet know. He's calling you out of the night, into his marvelous light. He knows your name, he's calling your name. You're never alone, your years on.
Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, Matthew 11:28-29.
Some way we carry in the gym, but some way we carry in our soul.
This is Balbo. Yeah.
I was loading up the bar, trying to live my pain away. Every rep was an attempt to escape what I couldn't say. Pushing weight but couldn't push away the thoughts that haunted me. Using that as therapy when I needed to just be free. See, I thought if I was stronger physically, I'd feel complete. But you can have the biggest chest and still feel defeat. Cause the weight inside your heart ain't measured by the pound. And no amount of deadlifts pulls you up when you're going down. I was broken in the gym, broken in my home, surrounded by the people but still feeling so alone. Trying to carry everything like a malice with the world, till my knees buckled under pressure and my flag was unfurled. That's when I realized strength isn't just about the grind, it's about surrender when you're losing your mind. I dropped to my knees, not for squats but for prayer. And that's when Jesus showed up and said, let me carry what's there. When I couldn't lift it anymore, when my strength had reached its end, that's when he stepped in, my savior and my friend. When the weight broke me, Jesus held what I couldn't. Took the burden off my shoulders, did what I shouldn't. When I was failing under pressure, he became my strength. When the weight broke me, he went to any length. When the weight broke me, Jesus held what I couldn't. Turned my weakness into power, gave me what I wouldn't. Now I'm lifting with his spirit, not just flesh and bone. When the weight broke me, he carried me home. Yeah. Now I train different, with a different mindset. Every work is an act of worship, no regret. Cause I learned that my body's a temple, 1 Corinthians clear. But it's meaningless muscle if Christ isn't there. I'm pushing weight, but I'm pushing with purpose now. Not to prove I'm tough, but to show God's power somehow. That he can take the broken, the tired, the weak, and transform them into warriors who consistently seek his face in the morning, his strength through the day. His peace when the anxiety tries to weigh me down like a max lift I can't complete. But he my spotter, he never lets me face to face. See, emotional weight and physical weight are the same, but requires strength that comes from Jesus' name. And when I finally learned to give him control, that's when I found real strength for my body and soul. I couldn't lift it anymore, when my strength had reached its end, that's when he stepped in, my savior and my friend. When the weight broke me, Jesus held what I couldn't. Took the burden off my shoulders, did what I shouldn't. When I was failing under pressure, he became my strength. When the weight broke me, he went to any length. When the weight broke me, Jesus held what I couldn't. Turned my weakness into power, gave me what I wouldn't. Now I'm living with his spirit, not just flesh and bone. When the weight broke me, he carried me home. Yeah, he's my spotter. When the weight gets too heavy, he steps in and he holds me steady. He's my trainer, teaching me endurance through every struggle. He gives me assurance in the gym of life. When about to break, he's the one who lifts me for his name. Physical weight falls, but his strength remains. When the weight broke me, he broke my chain. When I was failing under pressure, when the weight broke me, Jesus held what I couldn't. Turn my weakness into power, gave me what I wouldn't. Now I'm living with his spirit, not just flesh and bone. When the weight broke me, he carried me home. He carried me home, yeah. He carried me home, yeah. Now I'm stronger than before, I'm not alone. Every rep is for his glory, every step for his name. When the weight broke me, I was never the same. So when you're in the gym and life feels too heavy, when the weight of the world has you unsteady, remember there's a savior who specializes in the broken, who carries what you can. His promises unspoken. He's your strength when you're weak, your power when you're low. Let him be your spotter and watch how far you go. He holds what you can, he lifts what you want. In his strength we overcome. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. Jeremiah 1:5. I wore so many masks, hiding who I really was, until he saw through all of them.
Yeah. I built a fortress out of fake smiles, and now I'm fine, terrified that if they knew the real me, they declined. So I performed every day like I was on a stage, playing the character I wrote to fit inside the cage of expectation, reputation, what they wanted me to be. But inside I was dying, cause nobody knew the real me, the one with doubt, with fear, with scars I couldn't hide, the one with trauma, drama, tears. I cried deep inside, I thought if God could see the version I kept locked away, the broken pieces, the mistakes, the things I couldn't say. He turned his back, like everyone I was afraid would do. So I presented him the edited version, not the truth. But then I read his word, and something broke inside. He said, I knew you before birth, there's nothing you can hide. And in that moment all my walls came crashing to the ground, cause he loved the real me, the me that I had bound. I tried to be perfect, but he wanted me real. He saw through the surface to the wounds that wouldn't heal. He loved the version of me I was afraid to show, the broken, the scared, the parts I never let go. He saw my shame and called it beautiful instead. He loved the version of me I wish was dead. He loved the version of me I was afraid to show, the anxiety, the pain, the highs and all the lows. He didn't need me polished, didn't need me old. He loved the version of me, my authentic soul. Now I'm learning to embrace what I spent years trying to bury. All the parts of me I thought were too much to carry. The mental health struggles, the nights I couldn't sleep, the memories that haunted me when I tried to go deep. See, the enemy wants us to hide in shame and guilt, to keep our true selves buried under walls we built. But freedom comes when we step into the light, when we let God see us fully, not just what looks right. I'm not talking about sin that we need to repent. I'm talking about the real us that God always meant for us to be authentically walking in grace, not performing for approval, but securing his embrace. He loves my quirks, my flaws, my unconventional ways, the things I thought disqualified me. He says I'll use always. My past doesn't define me, my mistakes don't condemn, cause he wrote my story long before I picked up the pen.
I tried to be perfect, but he wanted me real. He saw through the surface to the wounds that wouldn't heal. He loved the version of me I was afraid to show, the broke, the scared, the parts I never let go. He saw my shame and called it beautiful instead. He loved the version of me I wish was dead. He loved the version of me I was afraid to show, the anxiety, the pain, the highs and all the lows. He didn't need me polished, didn't need me whole. He loved the version of me, my authentic. He saw my darkness, and called it to the light. He saw my weakness, and gave me strength to fight. He knew my secrets, before I spoke a word. He loved me completely, the most loved I've ever heard. No more hiding, no more mask to wear. He wants authenticity, and he meets me there. I'm fully known, and fully loved. This is what freedom feels like, sent from above. He loved the version of me I was afraid to show, the broken, the scared, the parts I never let go. He saw my shame and called it beautiful instead. He loved the version of me I wish was dead. He loved the version of me I was afraid to show, the anxiety, the pain, the highs and all the lows. Didn't need me polished, didn't need me whole. He loved the version of me, authentic soul. Take off the mask you've been wearing so long. Let him see the real you where you truly belong. He's not scared of your mess, he's not shocked by your pain. He's been waiting for the real you to call on his name. You don't have to be perfect, you don't have to pretend. Just come as you are, he's more than a friend. He knows you, he sees you, he loves the real you. Always will, always will.
Then the Lord God formed a man from the dust of the ground
and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life. And the man became a living being. Genesis 2:7. Breathe in, breathe out. Every breath is a gift from him. Yeah. I woke up gasping, chest tight with anxiety, heart racing fast like I'm running from society. Panic in my lungs, couldn't catch my breath. Every inhale felt like I was facing death. Started counting breaths just to stay in control. 1, 2, 3, 4, trying to calm my soul. But fear had a grip on my respiratory flow, making me forget that the breath itself came from the one who knows. See, I was breathing, but not really living. Surviving each moment, but not really giving. My breath to worship, my lungs to praise. Just shallow breathing through my darkest days. Then I remember Genesis when God formed man, breathing to Adam his own life-giving plan. And I realized that every breath I take in fear is still his breath reminding me he's near. Breathe in his presence, breathe out the fear. Every breath I'm taking, he is drawing near. The breath I took in fear became the breath he filled with peace. Every anxious inhale he turned to sweet release. From panic to purpose, from chaos to calm. The breath I took in fear is now my healing song. The breath I took in fear became the breath he filled with peace. The spirit in my lungs, anxiety to cease. With every breath I'm stronger, standing in his grace. The breath I took in fear brought me face to face. Now when I'm training, pushing weight above my head, every breath becomes a prayer, every rep is what he said. My yoke is easy, my burden is light. So I breathe in the strength with every lift, every fight. Inhale, greater is he that is in me. Exhale, than he that is in the world, I'm free. The same breath that filled my lungs with dread now powers my body and renews my head. Job 33:4 says the spirit of God has made me. The breath of the Almighty gives me life, that's the key. So when anxiety attacks and I can't find peace, I remember my breath is proof he'll never cease to sustain me, tame me, keep me alive. Every inhale is evidence I will survive. Not just physically but spiritually too. My breath is his breath making all things new. Breathe in his presence, breathe out the fear. Every breath I'm taking, he is drawing near. The breath I took in fear became the breath he filled with peace. Every anxious inhale he turned to sweet release. From panic to purpose, from chaos to calm. The breath I took in fear is now my healing song. The breath I took in fear became the breath he filled with peace. The spirit in my lungs, anxiety to cease. With every breath I'm stronger, standing in his grace. The breath I took in fear brought me face to face. Breathe in, breathe out. Every breath reminds me that he is here. Breathe in, breathe out. The spirit in my lungs, that's what this is about. He gives life with every breath. I'm not just surviving, I'm defeating death. From Genesis, and now he breathes. The same God who made me still gives what I need. The breath I took in fear became the breath he filled with peace. Every anxious inhale he turned to sweet release. From panic to purpose, from chaos to calm. The breath I took in fear is now my healing song. The breath I took in fear became the breath he filled with peace. The spirit in my lungs, anxiety to cease. With every breath I'm stronger, standing in his grace. The breath I took in fear brought me face to face. Rises and your chest gets tight. Remember every breath is his gift of life. Breathe in his peace that surpasses understanding. Breathe out the fear, see his love expanding. Inhale his presence, exhale your stress. Every breath you're taking is him saying you're blessed. Breathe in peace, breathe out fear. He's in every breath, drawing you near.
The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. Psalm 34:18.
There's a place inside when no one else can reach, but he was already there waiting.
Yo. There's a room inside my soul where I keep the deepest pain, the kind of hurt that has no words, that drives you near insane. where trauma lives in shadows and memories cut like glass. A locked door in my heart that I prayed nobody would pass. It's where I hide the childhood wounds that never fully healed, the betrayals and the losses and the truths I never revealed, the depression that visits late when everyone's asleep, the anxiety that whispers you're too broken, you're in too deep. I tried to explain it to my friends, but words fell short. They meant well with their advice, but couldn't enter the fort of isolation I built around my most vulnerable place. Cause how do you describe a pain that leaves no trace? But then I felt a presence in that room one hopeless night, not forcing through the door but filling darkness with his light. Jesus sat beside me in the silence, didn't speak at first, just stayed there in my pain, in my hurt, in my words. When no one understood, when I couldn't find the words, he entered my private pain and sat with me unhurt. Jesus sat with me in a room no one else could enter, where my deepest wounds live. He became the center. He didn't rush my healing, didn't force me to explain, just sat there in my darkness, embraced my hidden pain. Jesus sat with me in a room no one else could enter, the sacred space of sorrow where most would never venture. He knows the parts of me I've never shown a soul. Jesus sat with me and made my broken whole. Now I understand why they call him the great physician. He doesn't just treat symptoms, he has supernatural vision into places in our hearts we don't even know exist. The childhood trauma rooms we locked up in the midst. See, people love you at your best, some love you at your low, but only Jesus loves you in the places you don't go, the parts you've quarantined from everyone, including you. He walks right in and says, I've been here too. He was despised, rejected, acquainted with our grief. Isaiah 53 prophesies he bring relief, not just eternal life, but present healing for the soul. He enters private prisons and breaks down every pole that holds the walls together in our self-made isolation. He's the God who specializes in divine visitation, to the rooms we keep locked, to the doors we seal tight. He doesn't need permission, he is the light. When no one understood, when I couldn't find the words, he entered my private pain and sat with me unhurt. Jesus sat with me in a room no one else could enter, where my deepest wounds live. He became the center. He didn't rush my healing, didn't force me to explain, just sat there in my darkness, embraced my hidden pain. Jesus sat with me in a room no one else could enter, the sacred space of sorrow where most would never venture. He knows the parts of me I've never shown a soul. Jesus sat with me and made my broken. He sat with me in my loneliest hour, when I had no strength, he was my tower. He didn't judge, he didn't condemn, he just held space for my pain and loved me through it. He's the only one who truly understands. Every hidden room is held in his hands. He sees it all and he still stays near, in the room no one else can enter. He conquers every fear. Jesus sat with me in the room no one else could enter, where my deepest wounds live. He became the center. He didn't rush my healing, didn't force me to explain, just sat there in my darkness, embraced my hidden pain. Jesus sat with me in the room no one else could enter, sacred space of sorrow where most would never venture. Parts of me I've never shown a soul. Jesus sat with me and made my broken whole. He made my broken whole. Yeah, he made me whole. He entered every room, took complete control, not to condemn, but to heal every scar. Jesus sat with me, show me who you are. If you have a room you've never let anyone inside, where pain lives in the shadows and you go there to hide, know that Jesus is knocking, he's been waiting there. He wants to sit with you in your despair, not to fix you quickly, not to make you explain, just to be present with you in your hidden pain. He sees you, he knows you, he's in that room with you.
In the same way, the Spirit helps us in our weakness. We do not know what we ought to pray for, but the Spirit Himself intercedes for us through wordless groans. Romans 8:26. Sometimes the pain is too deep for words, but He hears what we can say. I knelt down broken, didn't know where to start. Words felt too small for the ache in my heart. Wanted to pray, but the phrases wouldn't come. Felt like my tongue was tied, my spirit was numb. They taught me, dear Lord, and in Jesus' name. But in this moment all I felt was shame, cause I couldn't articulate what I was feeling inside. Just tears and confusion and nowhere to hide. I tried to form sentences but they fell apart. Tried to express myself but I didn't know where to start. So I just sat there silent with my head in my hands, hoping somehow that God would understand. See, I wasn't raised knowing all the religious words. Didn't grow up in church where proper prayers were heard. I just knew I was desperate, knew I needed Him near, but I didn't know the language, I just had to feel it. I had no eloquent words, no perfect phrases to say, but my broken heart cried out and He met me anyway. I didn't know how to pray, but He answered anyway. My groan became prayers that reached heaven that day. He doesn't need perfect words, He just needs a real heart. I didn't know how to pray, but He heard from the start. I didn't know how to pray, but He answered anyway. My confusion and pain were enough for Him to stay. Grace met me in my weakness where I had nothing to bring. I didn't know how to pray, but my soul learned to sing. Now I understand what Romans 8 really means. The Spirit intercepts when we can't make a scene of eloquent prayers or theological depth. He translates our groaning, our sighs, our breath into petitions that reach the throne of grace. When we don't have words but we still seek His face. God doesn't grade our prayers on vocabulary, He listens to the heart, that's His primary. I've learned that help me is a powerful prayer. That I can't do this is a confession that's rare. In its honesty and its vulnerability shown. Sometimes the best prayers are just groans we moan. Jesus prayed, Father, if you're willing, take this cup. Even He showed us it's okay when we're not all built up with fancy phrases and religious decoration. Sometimes desperation is the purest form of adoration. Ooh, I had no eloquent words, no perfect phrases to say, but my broken heart cried out and He met me anyway. I didn't know how to pray, but He answered anyway. My groans became prayers that reached heaven that day. He doesn't need perfect words, He just needs a real heart. I didn't know how to pray, but He heard from the start. I didn't know how to pray, but He answered anyway. My confusion and pain were enough for Him to stay. Grace met me in my weakness where I had nothing to bring. I didn't know how to pray, but my soul learned to sing. He hears the silent cries, the prayers we can't express. He reads our heart's desires in distress. No formula required, no perfect words to find. He sees beyond our language to what's on our mind. Just come as you are, with nothing to prove. Your weakness is the doorway to His power to move. He doesn't need eloquence, He just needs your heart. Come broken, come confused, that's where faith starts. I didn't know how to pray, but He answered anyway. My groans became prayers that reached heaven that day. He doesn't need perfect words, He just needs a real heart. I didn't know how to pray, but He heard from the start. I didn't know how to pray, but He answered anyway. My confusion and pain were enough for Him to stay. Grace met me in my weakness where I had nothing to bring. I didn't know how to pray, but my soul learned to sing. Not through perfect prayers, but through making the choice to come before Him broken with nothing to say.
No, I didn't know how to put.
Oh, but He answered anyway.
No, I didn't know how to put.
Oh, so if you don't know what to say tonight, your words fail and nothing feels right, just come to Him exactly where you are. Your silence speaks louder than any words by far. He's not looking for performance. He's not grading your expression. He just wants your presence, your honest confession. Help me is enough. I need you is a prayer. Your groan is heard in heaven. He's already there.
My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. 2 Corinthians 12:9. I've been walked so high, thinking I was protecting myself. Kept everything together, never asked for help. Pride dressed up as strength, independence as a virtue. Till life hit me so hard that the facade cracked right through. The pain came like a wrecking ball, demolished what I built. Left me in the rubble, covered in shame and guilt. I thought this was the end, thought I'd never recover. But what I called destruction was God pulling back the cover. See, I was so fortified that he couldn't get in, so focused on my walls that I couldn't see him. But when the pain shattered every defense I made, it created an opening where his presence could invade. Not as an enemy, but as a healer I needed. The breaking wasn't punishment, it's how his love proceeded. Through the cracks in my armor, through the holes in my soul. The pain that broke me, let him take control. I thought the breaking meant the end, but it was just a start. The walls had to come down for him to reach my heart. The pain that broke me became the door he walked through. The thing I thought would kill me brought me closer to you. Every crack was an entrance, everyone was a way for Jesus to enter what I kept locked away. The pain that broke me became the door he walked through. My weakness was a gateway to a strength I never knew. What the enemy meant for evil, God turned into good. Yeah, the pain that broke me is where redemption stood. Now I see it different looking back at my story. The moments I felt broken were doorways to his glory. Not because pain is good, but because God is sovereign. He uses what would break us to make us more resilient. Joseph in the pit, David in the cave, Job on the ash heap, still choosing to be brave. Paul with his thorn that God refused to take, cause his power shows up best when we're about to break. The pressure that I couldn't handle crushed my self-reliance, left me with no option but to put my trust in his guidance. And that surrender through the suffering opened up the door for him to do with me what I couldn't do before. I used to pray for comfort, now I pray for character, cause I learned that easy living makes us passengers, not travelers. The pain refined me like gold in the fire, burned away the dross, elevated me high. It meant the end, but it was just a start. The walls had to come down for him to reach my heart. The pain that broke me became the door he walked through. The thing I thought would kill me brought me closer to you. Every crack was an entrance, everyone was a way for Jesus to enter what I kept locked away. The pain that broke me became the door he walked through. My weakness was a gateway to a strength I never knew. What the enemy meant for evil, God turned into good. The pain that broke me is where redemption. He enters through the breaking, through the cracks in my defense. Where I was most vulnerable is where I found his presence. The walls I thought protected me were actually my prison. The pain that tore them down gave me freedom and vision. Now I thank him for the fire that burned away my pride. The very thing that broke me is what brought him inside. I'm stronger in my weakness, power in my pain. What looked like destruction was actually kingdom gain, kingdom gain. The pain that broke me became the door you walked through. The thing I thought would kill me brought me closer to you. Every crack was an entrance, everyone was a way for Jesus to enter what I kept locked away. The pain that broke me became the door you walked through. My weakness was a gateway to a strength I never knew. What the enemy meant for evil, God turned into good. The pain that broke me is where redemption stood. Where redemption stood, yeah, where redemption stood. He turned my ashes into beauty just like he said he would. Where redemption stood. The breaking was a blessing I didn't understand, yeah, where redemption stood. The pain that broke me is where I found his hand. So if you're in a season where everything's falling apart, where the pain is so intense, it's breaking your heart, don't close the door on what God might be doing. The breaking could be the beginning of your renewal.
He's not afraid of your ruins, he's not scared of your mess. Sometimes the breaking is his way of answering your prayer for more of his presence. The door was in the breaking, his strength was in my weakness. Pain became a pathway to his completeness.
He got up, rebuked the wind and said to the waves, "Quiet, be still." Then the wind died down and it was completely calm. Mark 4:39. After the chaos, after the noise and the quiet that followed, that's where he met me.
I survived a hurricane, made it through the rain. Weathered every blow that tried to drive me insane. But nobody talks about the aftermath silence. When the storm is over but your soul's still in crisis. The wind stopped blowing but the damage was done. I stood in the wreckage wondering if I won. Cause surviving ain't the same as being whole again. And peace after trauma takes time to truly begin. I was numb in the stillness, couldn't feel relief. Just exhausted from the battle, drowning in grief. For everything I lost, for who I used to be. Before the storm changed everything inside of me. But in that quiet moment when the world stood still, when I had no more strength, no more fighting, no more will, I felt his presence like a whisper on the breeze. Jesus found me in the silence, brought me to my knees.
When the thunder stopped and the rain had passed, he met me in the quiet, where healing comes at last. Jesus found me in the silence, after the storm, when I was broken and exhausted. He kept me warm in the aftermath of chaos. He brought his peace. Jesus found me in the silence, gave my soul release. Jesus found me in the silence, after the storm. Didn't rush my healing, just transformed my form. From shattered to restored, from weary to renewed. Jesus found me in the silence, and he pulled me close.
Now I understand why Elijah heard God in a whisper. Not in the earthquake, fire, the wind that hit fiercer, but in a gentle voice after everything calm. That's where restoration happens, that's the healing balm. See, we focus on surviving the storm when it rages, but the real work begins in the recovery stages. When the adrenaline fades and you're left with the scars, that's when Jesus does his deepest work under the stars. He doesn't force the process, doesn't rush the mend. He sits with us in silence, like the truest friend, letting our hearts breathe after holding our breath so long. Teaching us the rest is not weakness, is where we belong. Psalm 46:10 says, "Be still and know that I am God." Sometimes the greatest act of faith is just a pause and nod. That he's sovereign in the stillness, powerful in the peace. That after every storm he brings, there's always relief. When the thunder stopped and the rain had passed, he met me in the quiet, where healing comes at last. Jesus found me in the silence, after the storm, when I was broken and exhausted. He kept me warm in the aftermath of chaos. He brought his peace. Jesus found me in the silence, gave my soul release. Jesus found me in the silence, after the storm. Didn't rush my healing, just transformed my form. From shattered to restored, from weary to renewed. Jesus found me in the silence, and he pulled me through. In the quiet he restores, he restores. In the stillness he repairs, he repairs. After every storm we weather, he meets us there with care. He's the calm after chaos, after chaos. The peace after the fight, after fight. In the silence we discover his presence is our light, is our light. Rest is not surrender. Healing takes its time, takes its time. In the aftermath of battles he makes broken spirits shine. Storm doesn't win, doesn't win. When the silence reveals that Jesus was there all along, and his presence truly heals, truly heals.
Jesus found me in the silence, after the storm, when I was broken and exhausted.
him at tonight. If the storm is past but you don't feel right, know that healing happens in a quiet space, where Jesus meets you with his gentle grace. Don't rush the process, don't force yourself to be okay. Just rest in the silence, he'll meet you there today. In the stillness he restores, in the quiet he makes new. After the storm is peace, and he's waiting there for you.
He tends his flock like a shepherd. He gathers the lambs in his arms and carries them close to his heart.
Isaiah 40:11. There were seasons I couldn't believe, but he never stopped believing in me.
I woke up one morning and my faith felt gone, like a battery that died, couldn't turn it on. Used to feel his presence, used to hear him clear. Now I'm praying to a ceiling, wondering if he's near. Guilt hit me heavy cause I'm supposed to be strong, a believer, a fighter, but something feels wrong. Can't worship like I used to, can't read his word the same. Started questioning everything, even his name. Thought I was falling away, thought I was losing grip. That my doubts would be the thing that made me slip. But what I didn't know in that spiritual drought is that when I couldn't hold him, he was holding me throughout. See, faith isn't something we manufacture or create. It's a gift from God that he sustains when we feel the weight. And when we're too exhausted to keep our own faith alive, he becomes the faith himself that helps us survive.
When I let go, he didn't let go of me. My weakness showed. His faithfulness was the key.
When I couldn't carry my faith, he carried me. When my belief was fading, he was all I need. Through the doubt and the darkness, he never let me fall. When I couldn't carry my faith, he carried it all. When I couldn't carry my faith, he carried me. Strength became my anchor when I couldn't see. Not by my power, but by his grace alone. When I couldn't carry my faith, he brought me home.
Now I understand what Jude 24 proclaims. He's able to keep us from falling, that's his name. Not because we're strong enough to hold on tight, but because he's faithful even when we lose sight. Peter walked on water till he took his eyes off Christ. Started sinking in the waves, paid the price, but Jesus reached down and caught him in that moment. Didn't let him drown, that's the gospel main component. We focus so much on our faith being strong, forgetting that even mustard seed faith moves mountains alone. It's not the size that matters, it's the object of our trust. He's faithful when our faith turns to dust. Hebrews 12:2 calls him the author and perfecter, which means when my story's weak, he's the editor and director. He writes faith into my narrative. When I can't compose, he finishes what he started, even when my faith is close.
He didn't let go of me, my weakness showed. His faithfulness was the key. When I couldn't carry my faith, he carried me. When my belief was fading, he was all I need. Through the doubt and the darkness, he never let me fall. When I couldn't carry my faith, he carried it all. When I couldn't carry my faith, he carried me. Strength became my anchor when I couldn't see. Not by my power, but by his grace alone. When I couldn't carry my faith, he brought me home. He's faithful when I'm faithless. He's strong when I am weak. He holds me when I'm falling. He's everything I see. My doubt doesn't disqualify me. My questions don't make him leave. He carries my fragile faith when I barely believe. He authored my salvation. He'll finish what he's begun. My faith may be wavering, but his work is already done. I'm held by his promise, not by my ability. When I couldn't carry my faith, he carried me. When I couldn't carry my faith, he carried me. When my belief was fading, he was all I need. Through the doubt and the darkness, he never let me fall. When I couldn't carry my faith, he carried it all. When I couldn't carry my faith, he carried me. His strength became my anchor when I couldn't see. Not by my power, but by his grace alone. When I couldn't carry my faith, he brought me home. So if your faith is fragile tonight, if you're barely holding on with all your might, know that he's holding you even tighter. Your weak faith doesn't make his grip lighter. He's the author and finisher, the beginning and the end. Your faith may waver, but he'll never bend. His faithfulness never quits. Rest in that tonight.